In 1929, a tiny patch of land nestled within Rome became the world's smallest independent country, Vatican City. Home to just 800 people, it wields extraordinary influence over more than 1 billion Catholics worldwide. Yet how did the Pope's residence evolve from a modest papal palace into a sovereign nation, complete with its own military, postal system, and diplomatic presence on the global stage? The story begins nearly 2 millennia ago with the martyrdom of one of Christianity's most revered figures. The earliest roots of Vatican City trace back to the 1st century AD, when St. Peter, one of Jesus Christ's 12 apostles, was crucified upside down in Rome around 64 AD during Emperor Nero's brutal persecution of Christians. Feeling unworthy to die in the same manner as his Lord, Peter requested to be crucified head downward. He was buried near Vatican Hill, outside the ancient walls of Rome. For centuries, this site remained a simple grave, but as Christianity grew, so did the significance of Peter's tomb. By the early 4th century, it had become a place of pilgrimage. A pivotal transformation occurred in 324 AD when Emperor Constantine, who had legalized Christianity with the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, ordered the construction of the first St. Peter's Basilica over the Apostles' burial site. This grand structure elevated the area from a quiet cemetery to one of Christianity's holiest destinations, laying the spiritual foundation for what would eventually become the heart of the Catholic Church. Temporal power began to merge with spiritual authority in 754 AD, when Frankish King Pepin the Short granted territories to Pope Stephen II in an event known as the Donation of Pepin. This act marked the birth of the Papal States, lands in central Italy that were directly governed by the Pope. For over 1,000 years, these territories gave the Pope not only religious leadership, but also temporal rule over a significant portion of the Italian peninsula, shaping European politics and religion alike. Throughout the centuries, powerful popes like Gregory VII, Innocent III, and Alexander VI further solidified papal influence, engaging in complex power struggles with emperors, kings, and rival Italian factions. However, this era of papal sovereignty came to an abrupt end in 1870 during the unification of Italy. As Italian forces approached Rome, Pope Pius IX ordered his troops to lay down arms and declared himself a prisoner of the Vatican, refusing to recognize the new Kingdom of Italy. The Papal States were annexed, leaving the Pope with only Vatican Hill and the Lateran Palace, an arrangement that would persist for nearly 6 decades. The stalemate between the papacy and the Italian state, known as the Roman Question, finally ended in 1929 through the efforts of Benito Mussolini. Seeking legitimacy for his fascist regime, Mussolini negotiated the historic Lateran Treaty with Pope Pius VII on February 11, 1929. The agreement consisted of 3 treaties, one establishing Vatican City as a sovereign state, another defining the relationship between the Church and the Italian state, the Concordat, and a third providing financial compensation for the loss of the Papal States. With this accord, Vatican City was officially born, an independent nation covering just 110 acres, yet holding immense symbolic and spiritual weight. Today, Vatican City operates as a unique absolute monarchy under the Pope, currently Pope Leo XIV. Governed by the Roman Curia, the administrative apparatus of the Holy See, it maintains diplomatic relations with over 180 countries and holds observer status at the United Nations. Citizenship is rare and highly specific, granted primarily to officials of the Holy See, Swiss guards, and select diplomatic personnel. Most citizens retain Italian nationality, while holding Vatican passports, and residency is typically tied to employment or service within the Vatican's institutions. Despite its minuscule size, Vatican City remains one of the most influential entities in global affairs, a testament to the enduring power of faith, diplomacy, and history. From the martyrdom of St. Peter to the signing of the Lateran Treaty, the journey of Vatican City is a remarkable tale of spiritual devotion, political maneuvering, and the delicate balance between temporal power and eternal authority.